All right, guys, welcome back to Crossman. Man, guys, it's been a crazy week, dude. Yesterday we had Ron on the show. We got to catch up with him and talk about the impressive win that he just had against Vern. We're supposed to have Jackie Caroline, but kind of rescheduled. Our schedules kind of didn't match this week, I guess. So we're going to have her back on. But today we have Damien Dibbell. Now, I've been, really looking forward to talking to Damien. We haven't had him on in a while. We missed Power Slap 10, where we made our predictions and Damien, defended his title. So we're gonna bring him in. We're gonna talk to him and let's see what Damien's been up to. What's up, brother?
Hey, I'm doing good, man. How's it going?
It's going good, brother. Dude, congratulations on your win. I know it's been a while since we've talked.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
so, I think the last time we talked is when you beat Ryan Phillips, and then you just got through beating Dorian. Um, so in Power Slap 10. So, yeah, congratulations on the win, retaining the title.
Thank
It's
you,
funny
man.
because Ron and I talk about it all the time, and Ron keeps telling me that he doesn't see anybody taking that title from you anytime soon.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate the support from coming from him. And I've been the best champion so far, so I'm really trying to cement myself, hold on to that
Yep.
title.
So what have you been up to since, man? Well, what?
I've just been training really hard, saw myself get wobbled like I haven't in a while. Didn't really
Right,
perform as good as I could have, but just gotta go back to the drawing board, hit the gym harder, rework
right,
a couple of things, but just really been focusing and honing in on my craft.
cool, cool. So, so now they're going to bring you back. Do you have any idea who you might be facing next?
Uh, I mean, there's a couple guys that, are obvious picks. Pono, James are options. I feel
Yeah,
like they're probably going to give Pono a match, probably going to give James a match, and whoever performs better that night is going to have the opportunity to go against me.
cool. We got Power Slap 12 coming around the corner. I'm still kind of waiting to see who all is going to be on the card on that. I know that Isaiah Canonis and Brandon Bedell is going to do their rematch. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, have you heard anything on who else is going to be on the?
I haven't heard anything like about who's going to be on it, but I know I need a fight soon, so
Right,
I'm assuming at least one of them's going to get a fight just to get me a contender for my next one. If they don't
right,
give me a rematch against Dorian, which I would he both me and him know that we want the rematch, so
right.
it's just whatever they want.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Being out, that's kind of one of the things I was worried about with Ron is that they sat him for so long before his next match, and I was kind of worried. How does that affect a striker? How do you guys keep prepared?
Honestly, it's just a cycle of like everyone has their own rhythm. For me, whenever I get back from a fight, I'll usually try to bulk up again as much as I can. I've
Right,
usually had a problem crossing the 270s, so I'm trying to bulk up past that, and then usually about a month and a half before I know I have a fight, start coming back down and getting back into the rhythm of being at that weight and you know
right,
fine tuning that technique.
man. Yeah, and they've got to do something because they just got through doing the rematch for the super heavyweight with the crazy Hawaiian and Dumpling, which that was one heck of a fight.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that was a crazy fight.
and with crazy Hawaiian, I never thought that somebody would be able to actually come in and take him out. But Dumpling, that dude's a beast.
Oh yeah, he's a strong fighter, strong opponent, and he's smart up there. He knew what he was doing. You could tell that he really went back and like re- replayed their fight over and over again and built off of that and improved on his technique, and it paid out. We have a new super
Right.
heavyweight champion.
Yeah. And and it's funny too, kind of. Well, I'll say funny, but it's ironic that crazy Hawaiian lost to the guy who actually brought him into doing power slap. This guy
Yeah.
who kind of looked like
It's funny because like I almost compare it to like when I fought Ron because I'd seen Dumpling, but really it was like watching Ron and Darius and Frank the Tank, watching those guys at Sapphire Championships that got me into slap fighting. And I mean, they were that's who I fought with when I first started the sport in general. So like they taught me in the early stages everything that I knew about slap fighting. So
right,
facing Ron was like, you know, crazy Hawaiian facing the one dude that like inspired him to do the sport.
right. So and you ended up winning, and that's where you got the heavyweight title from.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no.
So
Ron wasn't meant for heavyweight, man.
yeah, but he's been killing it light heavyweight.
Oh yeah.
Which
Unstoppable
is
at light
good.
heavyweight.
So so they did the super heavyweight, the light heavyweight. So they've got to be doing something in the next one for the heavyweight.
Yeah.
And then 10 they also did the welterweight with Blackburn.
I believe they did that at 10.
At 10. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did the rematch with Blackburn and Muniz at 10.
Right.
Yeah,
So
me and Blackburn are competing for that best record right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
pretty
bet
sure we're both 5-0.
Anthony Babyface is I mean that guy is
Power slap.
such a cool guy. I mean,
Oh yeah, he's a great guy.
and when he actually won that title in 10, I mean, just the emotions that he had winning that.
Oh yeah, it was a crazy fight. It was a crazy night in general. Like seeing him win that title he won a lot of respect that night, and he's been dishing it out and proving that he deserves to hold on to that title.
Right. So now on the heavyweight, that's another division that has such a large group of talent that's coming through there. Who do you feel like is going to be like the person to beat? You know what I mean?
I mean, I feel like the only people that you could really say are the people to beat right now is like someone that's going like nonstop. Dorian Perez would be there if he cleaned up them fouls, he'd probably be champion right now, honestly. Like he's right there, so I feel like he's always going to be a person to beat in the heavyweight division. There's Pono, who's been, really putting people out. He still needs those higher level fights to prove it, but I feel like he's going to be someone to watch out for.
Right.
Aaron Turner, he came in, surprised everybody, knocked out Brian Ellis. Like that was a crazy knockout. Like no, I don't think anyone really expected Aaron Turner to pull up and do that. And I mean, we were giving him a hard time because he was a new guy walking out there, but he really showed that he belonged in power slap. So all respect to him. I'm excited to see where he goes and maybe fight him one day.
Cool. So yeah, hopefully that they figure out who your next opponent is, and then get them up. Talking about the fouls, this is something that we talk about all the time. Is when you go up against an opponent, especially an opponent that's notorious for clubbing. You know what I mean? As a fighter, how hard is that to combat? Whenever you go up, you get slapped, you get clubbed. Because getting clubbed, it takes a lot out of you the first, time. So when you get clubbed, how, as a fighter, do you bounce back from that and not, let the next one take you out?
It's really just time management, what you do to recenter yourself. Like, especially if you have 2 minutes, you need to go back to your table first off, and you just sometimes need to grab that table and just sit there and breathe for a second. Like,
Right.
Just let blood flow return back to your brain. Like, just breathe. Like, that's my number one advice. You got to be breathing, making sure you're getting air, air in and out. Just
Yeah.
recentering yourself while you're up there. But no, it doesn't matter who your opponent is. Clubs happen by accident. I clubbed in my last match. It
Mm.
happens to everybody.
Right.
You just gotta go out there knowing that no matter what the next hit is going to take, you're going to
Yeah.
have to. You're there's no there's no other option than going out there and just eating that hit. So you just
Right.
suck it up and go back out that table and stand there and let them hit you. Like, it's I don't know how to explain it to
Mm.
simply, but it's just you know what you have to do, so you go up there and do it.
Right. So, and then how much do you as a fighter study the person that you're going up against?
Uh, I mean, I watch all of my competitors' fights
Mm.
probably a couple of times over just to see, if there's any ticks that they do, like how they swing, how they receive, if I need to adjust the angle of something.
Yeah.
So it depends on how hard it is for me to understand their technique and where they're coming from.
Right. And then you kind of get a feel of their style. Of one of the things that I noticed too, um, with Jackie and Sheena in this last match is I feel like Jackie kind of changed up her technique. It didn't seem to me that she was going full for normally when you smack you go all the way back and come back, come in, and she was just
Yeah.
going straight up. Um, how much does that play in
I mean,
in a match like that?
especially going against someone like Sheena,
Right.
it's going to it's going to have a huge impact on your match, no matter how you cut it. Like,
Right.
if you're not fully following through, you're just cocking back. That's it. Just ain't going to work unless like that's specifically how you've been training and
Right.
you could put out maximum force like that. Like, that's your technique. But she definitely changed it up from how she used to do it, and I feel like
Right.
that played a role in her loss this time. Like, she just wasn't hitting the target like she used to.
Right. Because Jackie's tough. When the first match that she had, when she her debut match, when she took out Sheena, nobody expected that because Sheena's a beast.
Oh
And
yeah,
Jackie come in. The way I kind of look at it is, I feel like Jackie won the first match and Sheena won the second match. But I
I
think a
mean,
lot of it plays towards Jackie. Changing her technique. Um,
I mean, I honestly I have to disagree with that because in the first match, she did get the knockout, but
right.
she stepped, she clubbed, and that plays a huge impact on judging a slap competition. Like, people don't realize it until you're in the ring, but you could feel when that club is hitting.
Yeah.
Like, there's a big difference, especially when you have a pivot on top of the club. The
Mm,
combination of the two, you're basically punching that person.
right.
So it's hard to tell, but I honestly wouldn't judge that match a win for anybody because Sheena still got knocked out. Like, it's up to debate whether she could either shot cleanly as it was,
Right.
but on the other hand, there's still two penalties on that, so you can't really give that to anybody, in my opinion.
Yeah. You're right about this. She did step. I didn't. I didn't know that she got the call for the club. I know they talked about the step and she pivoted the plate.
Yeah, they
Uh,
usually only call one of those things. They won't call both.
oh, okay. So then she got for both because I know there was a question as to which one they were going to call the club or they were going to call the pivot.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was coaching that. I don't remember if I was coaching that event, but I'm pretty sure I heard that they were just debating on which one to call because
Yeah.
I don't think they'll call two offensive fouls at the same time.
Okay. Yeah. They should. I guess they should be able to if you.
That'd be an automatic DQ if they did for three
Yeah.
round fights. And in a 5 round fight, you basically lost the match if you can't get that back somehow.
Yeah. No, I agree with that too. Um, and I didn't realize she clubbed. I know she pivoted to play.
I mean, if they didn't call it as a club, it's still like
Yeah,
technically she didn't club. So
right,
I'll take it back. I won't say she really did club, but in my opinion, it looked like
yeah,
she clubbed it as well as the step.
okay. I mean, if you know, we talk about getting hit with that club, and that's tough. It's tough to come back from.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
it's hard. It
yeah,
it really messes you up in the moment, but the 2 minutes you really just gotta take your time and you know let your coach talk you through it. You know, just recenter yourself. Like,
right,
don't be trying to get up, proving anything to the doctors immediately, or you'll just get yourself kicked out of the match.
right. So, and I kind of felt like that way. A little bit with Isaiah and Brendan.
Yeah,
When they got the call, when now I like Isaiah. Actually, Isaiah and Brendan. I think that's a very tough matchup. Um, but when Isaiah hit Brendan, um, I feel like they might have called that a little too soon, which is probably one of the reasons they're doing the rematch.
yeah. It definitely happens in the sport. Like,
Right.
seems like some people get more time than others. So, I ain't gonna say nothing crazy on that, but
Yeah.
it it's definitely just something that's left up to the judges. And if they see the opportunity for a rematch, like they think it's going to be a close match again, they'll run it
Right.
back, and that's how you get
Right.
your rematches.
And that's fair too. I mean, and like I said, both those guys are great. You know, it, I noticed in the last couple of matches, you have a lot of good, um, you know, there's a lot of good matches because a lot of the people that's been performing are almost evenly, as talented as each other. Sheena and Jackie, that could have went either way.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
Isaiah and Brandon, you know, uh, even Danny, his last fight with Kalani, you know,
yeah.
either of
It's
those.
it's getting a lot closer.
Yeah,
It's the improvement of talent. Everyone's getting better. Everyone's working hard because they see what the benefits champions get, and everyone's chasing the top. So everyone's improving and pushing each other further.
right. So and that's another thing too is um, the women's league seems to be coming, a lot further. I would still like to see a lot more come in because it seems like what do they currently have a weight division or not?
There's no women's weight division, but I'm pretty sure they've talked about doing the road to the title, but having a women's division for that.
Right,
So it's creating a women's division through the TV show. So I wouldn't be surprised if you saw that even next season, like as soon as next season.
right. And I think they should bring it in because um, you got people like Paige Van Zanten now, um, um, uh, John Dalton's wife is performing. She's competing now. Um, so I mean, there's a lot of talent out there. I want to see them actually develop that and create their own
Oh yeah.
weight classes.
Oh yeah.
Obviously, you
The
can't
women's
put
division is definitely going to be very popular when it blows up. Everyone loves the women's side of Power Step. So that's as soon as they create that first season of the show, it's probably going to take off like crazy. So I'm
right.
excited for whoever gets to be a part of that.
And I think too. I think in the future, once they have those weight divisions, you'll see one of those the women's division actually, being a top title match.
Oh yeah, that's it's going to be a crazy match when they ever actually create a belt for Sheena to
Right?
fight over. Oh yeah, I'm excited for that.
And then obviously you can't have Sheena against Paige. It's a huge disadvantage. So you got to come with the weight classes. So I see they come in the future.
Oh for sure, I definitely agree with that.
So um, so the last Power Slap 11, um, you know Ron announced his kind of his retirement. kind of mean to the league right now. How's the league taking that?
What'd you say?
With Ron announcing his retirement and kind of putting that belt up, what's kind of the feel from the league right now?
Oh, it's a mix between the guys in his division, a little excited. He's out of the way, so now there's an open belt on the line. Who's going to get the chance to grab it? But there's also a lot of respect there. Like he was the original heavyweight champion. He
Right,
was the coach on season one. He's been doing this for a long time, so
right,
it's wild to see a legend like him, retire from the sport. But I feel like it's a sign of like new beginnings for a lot of people.
right. Who do you think is gonna come up in the rankings on that one?
I mean, there's a lot of people going for it that I think have a good shot. Allen is one of them. Allen's been proving himself. Vern, although
Right,
he just got knocked out by Ron, he's still a great competitor. Knockout power, tough chin when he wants to be.
right, right,
So, he could take shots, but just wasn't his night that night. Russell, if he could stop stepping, he'd probably take a championship. He'd at least get it one time if he could get one clean slap in. Like,
right.
dude's a beast. But yeah, there's a lot of people in the light heavyweight division that I feel like it's a very competitive division right now.
Yeah. Luke Simon coming up. Luke is
Oh
getting
yeah, Luke
going.
Simon's coming up. He's
Yeah.
looking good.
So, and I agree. I know that Vern lost this match, but to me, he's still the number one competitor. He's still the guy to beat.
Oh yeah,
I think that Luke and Russell kind of fight it out, and then whoever wins from that, gets Vern, and then that's where the title goes.
yeah. I feel like that's the general consensus with everybody is like Luke Simons versus Russell. Since Turpin doesn't want the match, those two, and then whoever wins that fights, Vern, and then we see champion.
Right. And that, talking about Turpin, man, I had to. So when Vern beat Turpin, Ron and I did our predictions, and as much as I don't like Turpin, I picked Turpin to win that. And Ron kept telling me, don't underestimate Vern, because Vern's got a hit. And so on that match, Vern put Turpin down, and I might, I was excited about it. I mean, I'm kind of glad I lost that prediction to see Vern come and do that. And I actually brought Vern on the show to apologize to him in person for underestimating him.
That's amazing. Yeah, no,
So,
Vern really like showed everybody with that match. That was a very exciting match to watch.
so yeah, that's why I'm excited to see what he has coming up.
Oh yeah,
And I don't want them to kind of like the same with you. Um, I'm hoping that Power Slap 12, they kind of push this along so that guys like you and Vern don't have to wait as long
oh
for
yeah,
your match.
yeah. There should be a lot more matches happening nowadays.
Right,
I heard they're planning for like 10 matches this year, so we're going to start seeing more and more events every year, and people's people are going to get brought in, brought out. It's
right,
going to be a lot more fast paced soon. So hopefully we're going to start seeing more consistent matches.
right. And the cool thing is that they're finally starting to expand outside of the United States. They just got back from Abu Dhabi and Saudi Arabia. So,
Oh yeah, it's finally going international. We've had a couple international events, so it's exciting to see all the places we're going to, all the new competitors and countries we're representing. So it's very exciting seeing the growth into the international sphere, with Power Slap.
right. So, and then, they got sanctioned in California, Texas, and Florida. So hopefully, I'll wait for them to come to Texas so I can see you guys live. to actually maybe do the show from, the Power Slap. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see, and it seems like, especially since Super Bowl last year, when they did the show on Super Bowl weekend, it seems like it's grown so much in the past year.
Oh yeah. I mean, even before then, it was growing quickly, but that definitely was, a turning point. We've grown exponentially ever since. But I feel like it's just another step in the long road of seeing Power Slap grow to be one of those crazy big sports. But we'll just see as time goes on.
Right? But cool, man. So what would you like to see? Or where would you like to see Power Slap in the future?
Honestly, I'd like a trip to Hawaii, so Hawaii would be nice. I was actually born there, so it'd be nice to go back to that island.
Right?
Just visit old people, but Hawaii, New York, a nice New York event would be cool. Have family
Yeah.
up there too. I'm not really trying to take any go crazy international trips. I don't want to fight internationally like that. I get jet lagged like crazy when I go to like Abu Dhabi and places like that. Yeah, I found that out on that trip. I was going through it. So I'm
Wow.
hoping stay somewhat local on this time zone.
Right. So, and I see um Hawaii in the future because you have so many of the strikers that are from Hawaii. I would love to see Crazy Hawaiian and Hitman Hawaiian. You know,
Oh yeah.
have
That
them
it would
have
be
them
very exciting to have a Hawaiian card with how many Hawaiians we have.
right,
So and there's definitely Hawaiian heavyweights that I could go against. So, Hawaiian card would be awesome in the future.
right. Yeah, I mean, and I think that would be a huge draw too. Um, I see that being a big event. So because we got there's um, so many of the strikers that are from that area. So I think it'd be a huge event. I would love to see it.
Oh yeah, it would be very exciting.
Well, cool. So hopefully, we start getting some more information about Power Slap 12. And see what they do with the heavyweight
Oh yeah. I'm
division.
I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next.
Well, cool, brother. I want to thank you, for coming in and taking the time out and coming and talking to us, man. It was good catching up with you, brother.
No problem. It was always fun having a chat with you, man. Very great podcast you have going on here.
Cool, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah. So, um, yeah, tomorrow, actually, later tonight, we actually have Vern on. So we were talking to Vern.
Oh,
About
that's awesome.
about his match. So, um,
I'm gonna have to tune
that's
in and
that's
watch
gonna be
that.
that's gonna be interesting. Hopefully, I was hoping that Ron could jump in on that one so that we could have both of them talk. But yeah, Vern, Vern. I mean, I told Ron I hate that it was Vern that he had to take out.
Oh yeah.
I'm glad it was Vern. I hate that it was Vern because we love Vern. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
it's like
a lot of respect for him.
Vern's a great guy, but if there
Yeah,
was someone to knock out to retire on, it was Vern. Like that really cemented himself as a champion of light heavyweight until he decided to retire.
right. Because Vern's a tough, and it's funny because um, at work I every time that Power Slap comes on, it's during my job, so we'll throw it up on the screen and we'll watch it while we're working. So they've been we've been doing that for the last couple of fights, and everybody in my office had Vern on that fight. They all had
That's
Vern.
wild. I mean, we
So
damn near everybody was voting for Vern, but Ron just decided to prove everybody wrong. Just nah.
yeah, and that was I was glad it ended the way it did. Because I knew he was that he was going to retire. That was going to be his last match. I already knew that. So I wanted him to go out on a high note. You know, so yeah, just to see like I said, I hate that it was Vern, but I'm glad that it was Vern because there was no better opponent. You know what I mean? For us to
Oh
have
yeah.
to. So, well, cool, brother. All right, man. You're welcome on anytime. Um, we're probably gonna see if you want to come in whenever. If you're not performing in Power Slap 12, we might have you come back on and let you jump in and do your predictions and see how everybody fares out.
That'd be awesome, man. Definitely down for that.
Cool. Cool. All right, guys. Until next time, remember, you are uniquely designed with a purpose and always keep moving forward. Peace.